And he says, I am the only self, which is universal and imagines itself to be the outer self, a person. There's the capital S self, which is divine within us, the small s self, which is the ego within us. And when those two can have a relationship of love and acceptance, that is the divine love that we can experience. That is union with the divine within ourselves. And Nisargadatta, his message is all based on an ancient Sanskrit phrase, tiny little phrase, which is that you are. That you are. You are that. Tat tvam asi, which is, the gist of it is that you and God are one. Your divinity is who you really are. The divinity within you is who you really are. It's your essence. Then there's a passage in the Quran that resonates with this. It's different. Think of the difference as you listen to it, but it's so related. This is from the Surah Yasin. Now, I learned about the Surah Yasin in a very odd way. We were having a conversation at our Student Interfaith Council 2 years ago, and I don't know how this subject came up, but somehow we got into the topic of what do you do in your religion when you lose something? What do you do do you have any kind of religious or spiritual practice when you lose your keys or your credit card or your something? Anybody here? What do you do? St. Anthony. Oh, we got some recovering Catholics here. Cool. You picked it up. Yeah, St. Anthony is where the Catholics go. They pray to St. Anthony to intervene, to ask for your keys back. Yeah? And other religions have their practice. This is a fascinating conversation, but the one that really got me going was when the Muslim students said, well, what we do, one of the things that we do, depending on what country you go, there's different practices in the Islamic world. One of the things we do is we say the words Yasin 40 times. Yasin, 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 Yasin. Try it next time you lose your keys. And then we find what we're losing sometimes. And Yasin, yes, okay, I said, fine, thank you very much. What's that mean? What does Yasin mean in Arabic? And the answer is, we don't know. There are 3 words in the Quran which have no meaning that is known. All right, they're in the Quran, so they're holy, God sent, end of story. They're sacred words, but we don't know what they mean. People who speak Arabic don't know what they mean. Nobody knows what they mean. And one of them is Yasin. And I'm thinking about this, and I go, oh, that's cool. That's cool. So a word that has lost its meaning is what you use to find your keys that you lost. And they go, yeah, that's cool, that works. Maybe that's what's going on there. So they're learning about their religion. I'm learning about their own religion. I'm learning about their religion in this moment about keys and losing books and stuff. So that's the background of this. So all that to introduce that this comes from the Surah Yasin, the passage called Yasin. Does not man see that we have created him from the small life germ? Then lo, he is an open disputant. Say, he will give life to them who brought them into existence at first, and he is knower of all creation. Is not he who created the heavens and the earth able to create the like of them? Yea, and he is the creator of all, the knower. His command, when he intends anything, is only to say it, be, and it is. So glory be to him in whose hand is the kingdom of all things, and to him you shall be returned. You shall be returned. So the mystical interpreters of the Quran key in on passages like this, recognizing that the spiritual quest is oneness with God, to return to our source. God is the source, we return to the source. Rumi, the great Sufi poet, his poetry is so much based on this experience of return to the source, reunion with the lover from which we all have come. And this wonderful poem is a great one to stop with. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. when the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. So there's a field of grass out there, out beyond ideas, out beyond differences, out beyond distinctions, out beyond attachments. There's a field of grass. It's beyond tolerance. That's where we don't kill the Moor in the small town and follow the mule out of town away from the conflict. There's the idea of inclusion. It's like we'll put up with your religion and maybe we'll even learn something from it. But beyond that, there's a field. And in that field, we don't just tolerate and include, we also celebrate and learn and experience and have joy that we have entered into a relationship with a different religion, a different tradition, different pair of glasses through which to see their tradition as well as our own. So meet you there in that field of grass where the mule is no doubt eating the grass as you lie in it. Probably not the grass you're lying in. Meet you there in that field. Just to close, what we have just done is celebrate something called Pluralism Sunday. What just happened now is happening in churches all over the world. Next Sunday is the official day, but a lot of churches are doing it at different days. And if you go to pluralism.org, pluralismsunday.org, you'll learn more about what this is like in other churches all over the world. So, see you in that field of grass where religions meet and learn from each other and grow in spirit because of their relationships. Amen. And let's continue in worship singing. And this is a hymn, a familiar hymn that I wrote lyrics for it. And it celebrates the religious diversity of the world in its words. So why don't we rise for this, and as we're able, and join in singing about that field of grass beyond ideas.